Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire.
That's the way.
Can you see my desire? Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire.
That's the way.
Can you see my desire? That's the way love goes. Like a moth to a flame burned by the fire.
That's the way.
That's the way love goes. Can you see my desire?
That's the way. That's the way love goes.
Come with me, don't you worry. I'm gonna make you crazy. I'll give you the time.
Before I even tell you good morning, I want you to just pause and remember where you were when this song came out and what you were doing in 1993. What were you rocking? How was life doing?
I was in 8th grade.
At your
I had a full
Halloween
head of
dance?
hair. It was a Halloween dance. I saw that girl over there, and I'm like,
Oh.
I'm gonna ask her to dance. That's the way love goes. And I thought I knew all about love. Boy, if I could give you some advice, son,
You don't know nothing.
you don't know nothing. But good morning.
Good morning. Wake the town and tell the people.
Oh.
It's another thankful Thursday coming your way.
Now, good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you, Denim Dennis?
Well, if it's not him, it's denim. Oh, I like this though. I like
Thank you.
this.
I like
Yeah.
your get-up. You
Thank
look really
you.
sharp.
Thank you. Good morning to Jane Michelle. We had the assignment and we executed. Thank you very much.
A plus. Plus.
It'll work. So how are things with you? How you? You've been busy this week.
And me. I feel sorry for our viewers.
No,
I'm kidding.
They've been enjoying it, but I mean, yeah.
It's been a week,
Yeah.
but it's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots
You
of
know, I was saying to Tami yesterday that my saving grace, is I go to bed early. So I am
okay.
awake at this time no matter
No
what.
matter what.
Yeah, so I like the work here because you do the work and then you have the day.
Yeah.
I love that work here.
Yeah.
And I enjoy being with you guys. And I love the variety that comes with a show like this.
Yeah.
Every day is something new for True, right? So yeah.
Different texture, different vibe, different
Yeah.
energy, different people.
Yeah, it's good vibes. Wow, well, did you hear that? Well, good morning to
Morning.
you too. How are you? What's going on? How are you
Good.
been?
I'm good. I had a late night last night,
Did
an
you?
uncharacteristically late night. Good evening or good morning, sorry, to my good friend Shanika Murray, who launched her debut single last night at
Nice.
Janga's. Nashik is the moniker that she goes by when she performs.
Nice.
And it was a really good show. It was a nice like a vibe, like a live music. Me and Suzanne went, support her, and I was like, yeah, not used to this late night stuff.
I was gonna say you've been burning both ends of the candle
Yeah.
because you went out Sunday night too.
I know.
Hey.
So I feel exactly how I felt Monday morning.
Yeah. Oh, crush up. Great.
Yeah. But we press on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keep pressing on. You know what we're starting our press with? We're starting our press with the verse of the day.
All
So today
right.
we're going with arise, shine, for your light has come and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. And that is from Isaiah 60, verse 1.
All right, and so that is indicative today, arising and shining, because of course the light is coming. Guess what? As night follow day, night going follow day, day going follow night.
Dennis.
And the darkest hour is just before dawn. So you
Let me
wake
tell you
and it's a
something.
brand new day. And so yeah.
I was having a conversation in the hallway right here in the halls of CVM TV yesterday with Keisha, or producer, or executive producer, and with Tami. And what is so crazy to me is, doesn't it kind of blow your mind how no matter what transpires, no matter what is going on in the world, it's going to just keep going. Night is going to follow day, and day is going to follow night, and it's just going to keep going. Your world can feel like it is crumbling, and feel like you can get a phone call that changes everything. but life just keeps going, and the rest of the world is happening like nothing is happening in your world. Isn't it kind of mind-boggling when you think about it?
You know when you feel it sometimes when you travel and you're like, there's a whole world going on over here that is completely independent of the stuff that's going on over there.
If I didn't know better, I would think you were a fly on the wall in the hall.
Yeah.
Because I said the exact same thing. Every time I travel, that crosses my mind. Like there's an entire other side of the world that doesn't even know this exists.
Yeah, yeah. And when you come back, and like, oh, you never know, so this happened, like Jamaica kept going.
Yeah.
Jamaica kept going, and it will always keep going.
Blows my mind.
I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a great way to give yourself perspective.
Yeah.
Because, and time, which is why it's important to start the thing. It's important to do the thing. Because time going keep on going on. That thing that you think is so... You know, oh my God, 4 years? Start it.
The thing.
Start it. It's going to finish. And it's going to finish quicker than you think. That is for sure.
100%.
Just check in on a picnic we born the other day when you're doing a follow-up.
Hey.
And look off. And you're like, hold on, this is the baby that born yesterday?
I say yesterday my son looked for me after him belly laugh after something and say, Mommy, it's funny. It's funny. And I'm like, Mommy, it's funny. Not a... He did a 3-word sentence. Mommy, it's funny. My brand new baby.
Yeah.
You understand? Do the thing.
Just do the thing.
Start the thing. Do the thing. Time.
Because, you know, that master's, 2 years. Oh, I can't bother. Don't do it now. Don't do it. And if 2 years from now, you won't see people graduating. And you're like, oh, I would have been graduating
in
with
that
them.
Cohort, yeah. I often say time is a gift and a thief.
Yes.
A gift and a thief. Do the thing. You know what else today is?
What is it?
Today is, when I say what else, the first time I got to tell you say something is today.
Okay.
Today is International Kangaroo Care Awareness Day. Now you might be like, wait, what a minute. But apparently it has nothing to do with kangaroos for true. Hear me out now.
Someone say what?
So this is actually used to promote skin-to-skin contact with parents and babies.
Oh,
yeah.
So
you know how kangaroos carry their joey in a pouch? This is why they use that analogy. So just holding a baby against your bare chest can actually help to regulate their breathing.
They just call it chest time.
Skin-to-skin?
Skin-to-skin, yeah. Because dads are encouraged to do it as well.
100%, 100%. As you see that dad in that clip there on the screen. But yeah, it helps to regulate their breathing, their heartbeat, and even their temperature. And it's also such a simple, natural way to calm them down. It literally regulates their nervous system. And it also helps them to grow stronger, especially for preemies. But I don't know if you noticed this, but think about... Obviously, it's important in the infant stage, but think about how you could just be having a horrible moment and somebody just gives you a hug.
Yeah.
And just what that hug does for you. Even now, even with my children, if they're flustered, you know, I just say, come. And I get and you can actually feel the exhalation. I don't know if it's a combination of me feeling like a safe space, but I think there's something especially to be noted about the ability of skin-to-skin contact that people have to just allow you to just feel.
Especially, I mean, I read some studies at the time, of course, you know, preparing for parenthood. I was reading some studies at the time, and what I remember is that, like, it's well established that the baby in the womb, of course, is attuned to the mother, right? But the baby has been established. Understands the voice of the father.
100%.
And that, of course, the voice is operating at a different frequency.
Right.
And so it is important when that baby is born to have that time
contact
where so the baby knows, oh, it's in this. You know? This is that voice that used to come in every now and again, which is why the energy between the mother and the father, and of course, remember, the baby's inside you. So you, the father, and the way you relate to the mother, the way you talk to the mother, the way the mother responds to you, internally, her response to that, the way her heart beats in response to your voice, the way she responds, sends messages to the baby. So the baby knows that this person is someone important.
Yeah.
Right? So this, no, after birth, this is that important person.
Yeah.
No, so what I always thought was important, put it on the chest and talk to each other. So those vibrations,
It connects everything for the baby.
everything begins to make sense.
And then it's also scientifically proven that there's an oxytocin release that happens in skin-to-skin contact.
Yes.
And not just in infants. So, yeah. Big up Kangaroo Day.
I was like, when I saw it just now, I was like, Stacey, really Kangaroo Day?
Were you about to start hopping through here?
No, I was going to get hopping mad. I wouldn't have let it show, though. I wouldn't let it show. What it is today is the International Day of Families. And this reminds us of the invaluable support system that families provide. It's a day to celebrate the love, bond, and support that we share within our family networks, which is so important. And it's funny because Jackson is in integrated studies. They're doing the family now.
Yes, and the different types of families. Yes.
What kinds? So we were talking about last night. What makes up a family? What is a family? What does family mean to you? And so it was a very Vin Diesel moment. Family.
Okay, come through Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
I actually got that reference. The other day, Dennis made a reference and it went straight over my head.
What was that?
Invisible something boy, fire boy.
Johnny.
Something in reference to the fever.
Fantastic Four.
Yes, it was Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And I was like, So I got this one.
Yes.
I got this reference.
You got it.
Oh man, but I think it's actually, it's kind of cool that a day that supports skin-to-skin contact is also aligned with the Day of Family. I think that's actually really, really cool.
It is.
But I ain't telling anybody to increase any rate of anything. Or producer just did a little whisper in my ear and I want to be like, girl.
Well, you've done your part.
I've contributed 2. I've given 2 to the next generation. Dennis?
We were out the other day and Jackson met a lady with 2 daughters. She's like, 2 daughters? You have so many children. I was like, shut up.
Should we add another?
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. O?
No. Hold on. I'm asking you a question. Should we help to assist them in this declining birth rate? You and Suzanne?
The soldiers are marching into the Casafa Championship.
All right, great then. Would you look at
finals this Saturday, May 17th. Actually, the JDF will clash with Augustown for the title kickoff at 8:30 p.m. So make sure you're locked in right here on CVM TV, Facebook, and on YouTube for live action. You cannot afford to miss this Casafa action. Big up to the JDF. The JDF has always had a strong football team, and you can see why.
So let me just say that if we divide Tami and Iti's children amongst all of us.
There we go. There we go. It's the law of averages.
The law of averages says
the law of averages.
You and Kitty don't have to catch up.
Morning, Iti. You see? You see, God without man is still God. You know what day it is today? It is International Nita Day.
It is!
It is International Nita Day, no matter how him run from it. It is International Nita Day. Big up yourself, our floor manager, Andre Nita.
There he is on screen.
All right. You know,
Celebrating
clear
his
the
birthday.
set.
Oh. Hey, everybody have to shut up.
He might run from it.
Oh, there he is.
Run from it. Big up Nita.
What a scandalous photo.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Dre.
Generally speaking, when you walk onto a set and you see Nita, you know everything. You're like,
everything will go all right. Yeah,
good.
man. Proper floor manager.
You have a major production, whether it is sporting, whether it's entertainment,
100%.
whatever it is. When you walk onto the set and Andre Nita is there,
everything.
You just say, all right, we're good,
I
we're
go,
good.
all right.
You know,
Everything
your
good.
anxieties just melt away.
100%.
Good morning to you, sir.
One
May
of
you
the
have
best.
many more years at the top of your game.
That's right. One
Yeah,
of the best.
definitely.
Woohoo, woohoo.
Definitely. So if you need him
Also-
for any major productions,
No.
just give him a call.
Don't call him. He's on set of Odyssey with Yendi.
Yeah, man. If you want your production to be neater, call Andre Nita.
Ah, that was actually really good. Dre, you forget that as a drop. Hey, no man, what you call it again when them do a dub? That's your dub. That's your dub.
Yeah.
Also celebrating a birthday today is Veronica Campbell Brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Veronica VCB the Great, obviously known as one of our most celebrated
yeah.
athletes.
Yeah.
She's an 8-time Olympic medalist. She's also the second of 3 women in history to win 2 consecutive Olympic 200-meter events. An amazing athlete, an amazing mother, and just a lovely human all
she's
around.
doing
Really,
lots of
really
nice
lovely.
new things
Look,
now.
I actually have goosebumps.
Yeah, so it-
Genuinely a lovely
Yeah.
person. So happy birthday to Veronica Campbell Brown. 1 VCB, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Never 2,
Yeah,
only
man.
1.
Awesome.
Also, belated happy birthday
Mm-hmm.
to Camilla McDonald.
Yes, yesterday was
Yes!
her birthday.
Camila celebrated her birthday yesterday. Of course, you know, she's our fitness guru here, the fit
Yeah.
and fabulous and fantastic Camila McDonald. Celebrated yesterday. Lovely, amazing souls. And we hope you just had
you need to have an
a
omelette from
wonderful
her. An omelette when I make with no egg.
What do you call an eggless omelette? I feel like an
Omeless. Omeless.
stupid that is.
Because
Hey.
it's literally saying omeless. Oh. Big up Mr. Fife, he turns 90 years old today. His children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren send their love on this momentous milestone. 90, not out. All the way from Center Moss. Morning to you.
Mr. Fife, you're looking very dapper there, sir.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic.
Oh, all right. So guess what? We're going into our sunrise early morning mixtape.
I'm afraid to introduce them something.
You notice, let me just take it over, come while
You still feel shame for me?
So, we're going into our early morning mixtape. So, it's gonna be, I'm calling it.
That's not fair.
Eh?
That's not fair.
Eh?
You got a
It's
heads up.
cool as the breeze. No, I didn't. I'm just getting it now. Cool as the
And that's a spirit. Yeah. And you can do it. Oh, that's a spirit. And you can do it. Yeah. And that's a spirit. When I fall on the ground, get up, pick up your sin. You can do it. Brush off your clothes and prepare for something in. That's a spirit. No time for those. Get up, wake up and move. Put on your champion shoes and tell him man in the mirror.
I used to think maybe you love me, now I know that it's true. Remember the songs used to make you rock away. Those were the days when love used to rain. We danced all night till the
We have a foul outside the box. This is a very critical moment in this intense match. The tension in the stadium is palpable. He prepares for the free kick, strikes the ball, and
Do whatever the crunch you want. New KFC Saucy Wings. Delicious, hot, and spicy wings tossed in savory mango habanero or buffalo sauce. Wings that will crunch the rest. New KFC Saucy Wings. It's finger licking good. Miss your share from the NWC's bucket full of goodies? Don't worry. The debt amnesty package has been extended for another 2 months. From now until May 31, you could benefit from debt write-offs. To find out if you qualify for benefits under the amnesty package, don't delay. Let's hear from you today. Dial 888-225-5692 or 888 call NWC. The NWC Debt Amnesty, a part of our bucket full of goodies.
What can 16 extra grams of protein do for you? True Shape Protein Plus with 16 extra grams of protein. Fuel the hustle.
So this is our Star Savers Day at the Homewood Technical High School.
It is important that our teens are educated on the importance of money management skills.
We're also having lots of fun activities, prizes, giveaways, opening up accounts for students. And for each student that we open an account for, we will give them $1,000.
Thank you, Second Corps Star
Welcome back to Sunrise. It's 21 minutes after 6 o'clock. It's 22 degrees Celsius here in Kingston. And of course, you know somebody who is a staple here. You'd think she Olivia. It's Olivia. Tony K. Good morning.
Oh, thank God I don't mind that. Everybody knows my middle name. Good morning.
Olivia.
On the jeans, you know, friends.
Right?
Look at you.
I don't know.
Uncoordinated.
Yeah.
We're just saying.
What's happening here, Jane? I like it.
Greatness is in our genes.
I see what you did there. Good morning.
That was actually funny.
That was really good. It really was good.
Hi, Teeks.
Hi. Can I just please take a moment to do this because I know how much you hate it. Happy birthday, Nita! Happy birthday, Nita! Happy birthday, Nita! Happy birthday! Nita wants to go into a corner and shrivel up.
Look, the floor is opening up. You can disappear.
And now everybody just so you can see the Nita we're talking about. Come on, Nita.
Oh!
That will never happen. That will never happen. That will never happen.
The great Georgian. Yes.
All right, let's jump into the headlines, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, so first up, I Am Able app to benefit persons with disabilities. The government has launched the I Am Able app, which Labour and Social Security Minister Pernell Charles Jr. has described as a groundbreaking tool that will revolutionize how persons with disabilities interact with the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, the JCPD, and by extension, the ministry. Charles Jr. said it was a bold step toward inclusion and accessibility. He was speaking on Tuesday in the House of Representatives while making his contribution to the 2025-2026 sectoral debate. Now, he said the initiative was in collaboration with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and will be officially launched in June. Individuals will be able to register or renew their status with the JCPD using a mobile phone, simply by uploading photos of their TRN and other documents. The app also provides real-time updates on the registration process, reducing approval time from 30 days to just mere minutes. He said 25,000 individuals were targeted and added that this innovation eliminates the need to travel to ministry offices and removes a major barrier to access. With the I Am Able app, we are using today's transformation to build tomorrow's future, ensuring that no one is left behind, he said.
I like this concept.
A lot.
One of the indicators of development is how we treat people who are differently abled, and so we can't say that the economy is growing, and we can't say that society is developing and transforming if we're not finding new ways, if we're not using that growth and development and transformation to improve the quality of life of more people. And of course, they would identify, I would imagine, that there are persons with disabilities who are not registering, and why. And those, and look here, I've done interviews in years gone by with persons who are extremely tech savvy. You know, they're blind, but they are extremely tech savvy. They can do things with their phone that you cannot begin. You didn't even know your phone could do that. And you know, even members of the deaf community, like when you see them in half a train, they're at it, you know, and they utilize various technologies. So what I want to see is, you know, a significant increase in registration with the JCPD and an increased participation in their society. So I like the app. I like it that it's focused on I am able. So it's focusing on their ability and not their disability. So I'm quite fond of the idea.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned the blind. So last night I was at the 9 night for Fab Five keyboardist Sidney Thorpe, right? He was a keyboardist for decades with Fab Five, and he passed away. And he was blind. And, you know, we were listening to some, you know, people were giving their tributes to him at the 9 night, and somebody said one thing with Sidney, other than the fact that he was a musical genius, don't mess with him on the computer, you know. He would go and he'd teach people new things. He'd know all the new technology, the new keyboards out there. And so I love that you said that, Dennis, because it's true. Sometimes you think, oh, somebody's disabled, you kind of push them one side, and that's not the case. You know, there are many people who are differently abled who are actually way advanced in many fields and many categories than we would ever even have access to. So, so we love this. Anything to make life easier, simpler, move faster. We are all for it.
I also think it is critically important that we realize as well, what we have to be careful not to do is say, okay, you are disabled, you're over here. Or you have a different type of learning, you're over here. What is critically important for a society that functions well is a full integration for everyone in the society to experience a high quality of life. And so apps like these allow the disabled to access information that they need to do what they need to do to make sure that their quality of life is good. And then we, as fully abled in other ways, need to make sure we integrate in a way and look out for in a way that we are, as a society, we are just empathetic of each other and supportive of each other.
I give you an example. I remember some years ago, I was working at a place, and we were deciding that we're going to change the website and the app. So I was leading on that, and you know, had lots of meetings and came up with lots of ideas, and we're going to make the website so cool and everybody's going to love it. And we changed the website, and everybody was calling us, and website is great. And I'm, you know, I'm walking around the office feeling good. Yeah, the website is great. And I got a phone call from the front desk, and I said, yeah, put the person through, and the person said, hi, Dennis. I was like, yeah. They said, you changed the website. I'm like, yeah, you like it? And he's like, no. And I'm like, why? He's like, I'm visually impaired. I knew that website like the back of my hand. And he said, the way you guys have changed it, it's complete foolishness to somebody like me. And so I said, because we never included him in the process of fixing the website. And so so I brought in a couple other people, and said, let's make this so that from your perspective, it makes sense.
That's right.
And that made it even better.
Correct. And that's important.
The approach. See? It's the inclusive approach.
All right, next up, 20 new Commonwealth scholarships available to Jamaicans. The UK is offering 20 fully funded scholarships for Jamaicans to pursue advanced studies overseas. These Commonwealth Masters scholarships target candidates from the Caribbean and other small island nations. The scholarships aim to support building resilient democratic institutions and addressing global challenges. Scholars will access specialized activities to deepen their understanding of challenges facing small island developing states. Applications for the 2026 batch open on September 2, and this was announced by Alumni Relations Manager for the Association of Commonwealth Universities, Christy Scott, during a reception at the British High Commission in Kingston earlier this week. The program has already benefited over 420 Jamaicans since 1960, and applications for the Commonwealth Masters scholarships for SIDS will be accepted through the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. Interested applicants can access the details regarding the requirements and the application form on the ministry's website.
Right. I hope that persons make use of it. It was just earlier this week I saw a friend of mine, and her daughter is at that age where she's looking for universities and she's looking for funding. And I was saying to her, you know, there are so many scholarships that come up. And I'm saying many of the times people just don't know. They're undersubscribed and the money's there, and you know, it's not even competitive because lots of people are not applying for it. And so the question is, you know, we need to do things like this. We need to put the information out there so that people know that these scholarships are there, and also that people have kind of guidance on how to apply for them and make themselves attractive to them. And what I would hope is that these scholarships, that they're open for people who want to study a wide range of things and not just the same old things that, you know, sometimes organizations have agendas that we want people to research these things, you know. So
listen, anything that supports education and further education, take full advantage. There's one thing that nobody can take away from you, and is your education and your knowledge. So go on out there, tap into these opportunities and see what you can make of it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So now, Sunrisers, the Soldiers are marching into the CASAFA Championship Finals this Saturday, May 17, where JDF will clash with August Town for the title kickoff at 8:30 p.m. So make sure you're locked in right here on CVM TV, Facebook, and YouTube for the live action that you cannot afford to miss. That's just a quick reminder for you before we head to the break.
All right, that's it for the headlines. We're going to head to the break, and then it's over to Money Masterclass, which is brought to you by JN Bank. We'll be right back.
Hon, I've been thinking, what are we going to do about our retirement?
The children.
The children?
Yeah, the children.
Contact our Scotia Insurance advisor for your Scotia Bridge plan.
The children, huh?
Scotia Insurance, we've got a better retirement plan.
Dear my love, wife and mother, you are the heart of our home, the one who rises before the sun, making sure everyone else is ready to shine, yet the last to rest. Between the drop-offs, pickups, fuss, lessons and hugs, you somehow carry it all. And still, you smile. You teach with patience, you love with purpose, you act with strength. For our children, you are the world, but you're my everything. The reason we're grounded, the reason we are whole. This Mother's Day, I just want to say thank you for being the quiet strength behind every moment, even when your own heart is tired. We see you, we love you, and we're so deeply grateful to walk this life with you. This is motherhood.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
so much for staying with us here on Sunrise. So, today's Money Masterclass, brought to you by JN Bank, focuses on a parenting must. How to talk money with your kids. And of course, we can always bank on Carlton for the best advice. So, good morning, Sir Carlton.
Good morning. You
How
can
are
also
ya?
bank on me by giving some money to put in the bank as well. So if you want to start investing,
Bank with
on me,
him.
bank with me,
And
definitely.
bank on him.
And bank on me this
All
morning.
right.
I hope you're both doing well.
Give thanks for doing.
Give thanks. Wonderful. So this week, Friday, I think it's Child's Day. I know the National Parenting and Child's Association that came here earlier this month encouraged us as parents to this Friday celebrate our children. Just so we celebrate moms and dads, a gift, do a treating this Friday. So I want to encourage all the parents, all those who are listening, just to remind them that this Friday, our children will be centered and focusing on them this Friday. So celebrate them with whatever you may have, financially or otherwise. Make sure you celebrate the children. And speaking of which, we want to talk about how it is that you can involve them in money talk. But we have a video, I think, of a Sunrise who sent in a question. Let's hear the question this morning to see what's coming up.
Hi Carlton. How involved should children really be in money matters of the home? Should they help out with monthly budgets or know when things are tight? Some say it's teaching responsibility. Others say it's too much for young minds. Let me know.
All right, I wonder, what do we think? How involved should our children be in the money conversations? Should we involve them too early? There are a few school of thoughts that will say, let kids be kids. Let them enjoy themselves being kids without letting them know that things are actually tight. You have some who will say they need to know so they can behave accordingly. And don't embarrass me because I don't have it. And we need to find that nice balance. I don't know, what are your thoughts? How soon you should involve them, especially in the tight money conversations? What are your thoughts before I jump into it?
I personally believe in transparency, and I think that you don't have to divulge too much, but I believe in being able to say, you know, I know that, you know, we would normally do so and so, but right now we can't do it because money is a bit tight, and we have to figure out how we're going to do this until so and so is sorted. I think it gives them a reality check that we have to be mindful of how money is spent, and it also gives them a reality check that we can't always do what we typically do because sometimes life changes.
Dennis, your thoughts, do you think?
I think, like most things, we need to find age-appropriate ways of teaching the principles without overexposing the child. So there are certain I think that I feel like we need to be shielded from the adult world. I mean, I grew up and I didn't have a concept of, are we poor, are we rich? I mean, you know, but you learned certain financial principles. And a lot of the things that we were talking about the other day from Mother's Day, you learn these principles without feeling like, you know, are we, you know? I mean, I know, I've heard my son communicate to suggest that we're rich, right? But I also know he doesn't understand what rich is. But like, but teach him principles, teach him limits. And I think that goes a long way.
And I both agree. I agree with both principles that you guys have mentioned. But let's look at when should we involve them in what, and what is maybe a basic principle, age appropriateness. Between the ages of 5 and 8. So it is recommended that you start introducing them maybe at age 5. Between age 5 and 8, you start with basic concept, needs versus wants. What is, you know, what is something that you need to have now, or just you don't really need it right now. You look at maybe spending versus saving, how it is that you spend, hold back some of the money, that kind of concept between that early age, so your children can be aware. Even if things are tight during that time period, the children, I don't think you need to say, we're poor, we're suffering. You find age-appropriate ways in communicating this. Then it's mentioned that maybe when you was younger, you don't know if you're rich or you're poor. Looking back now, I know that I was poor growing up, but at that point in time, did I know? Absolutely not. No. You have days when you come home, there's no dinner, but mom will come and say, we're going to fry some dumpling, but how she say at the end of the year, so excited about the dumpling. But maybe she only had flour at that point in time. But as a child at 5 and 6 and 7, oh my God, we're so excited, can I get the big dumpling and a cup of tea, and that was, I was so excited about dumpling and tea. But at that point, it was age appropriate for me to understand and move forward. Between ages 9 and 12, you introduce more complex concepts like budgeting, earning. You have to work to get money. So you don't come across with a false sense of that money grew on tree. That money you can go pick up, go to the ATM and money is automatically coming out of the ATM. Because in my earlier days, my daughter would say, I do not have any money right now.
Go to the ATM.
Go to the ATM. Yes. Maybe think there's an unlimited source that's coming through the ATM. But at that age now, you start to let them know you have to work to get money. It is not free out there. And you want to start encouraging your children with that. By the age 13 now, you have to fully immerse them. Whether we think that it is inappropriate in how it is done or said, now is the time you have to be extremely frank about it. You have to now ensure that you let them take on responsibility for themselves. Yendi said something on Monday and I chuckled, but it's so true. She said she gives Izzy her lunch money from Monday, everything the thing for the week, and budget it out. And at this age, you have to do that now.
And that started with high school,
Start with, right when you're going into high school, 13, age 12, 13, thereabout, your children must be fully immersed. They must take responsibility for their money, take responsibility for their bills if they have something to come from there, if they want it, and they have the means to save for it, let them do that. Some person may not agree, but from age 16, when I started to work, my mother would say, well, you are going to take on a part of this bill, because you're now working. So at 16, but I'm so glad Yendi and Dennis, because when I became a full adult, bills don't faze me. Because I know that an appreciation that I can open the fridge and stare in it. Because as a child, I was just, I'm still in the fridge now, and I can't understand my mother saying, close the fridge, close the refrigerator. But no, as an adult, I walk behind my children, lock my fridge door. Open the fridge because I have an appreciation.
Turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights. Listen to me, I'm the light police. Turn off the light. But because you started to fully immerse your children from this age with the conversation, you are now able to reap the benefit when you are an adult. Nothing fazes you now because you were introduced. Let them take responsibility, as I mentioned, for their own finances as well. So let them start with a little partner if you're able to. Let them start putting the money towards a particular goal that they have, because it will be something that they will appreciate you for when they are much older. I have some quick tips. Have family financial discussions. Make it be a family thing sometimes. Do not just pass down the law, I said right here, when it comes to family decisions. So I know we may not have it now, and it is okay as a parent to say, we don't have it and that is it. But be transparent with your children. We do not have it because, or we have it because of. I'm working 2 jobs, so we're able to afford this. So when they see the sacrifice, they will appreciate the outcome a little bit more. But I know sometimes people just pass down the law. No, because I said so. And that's appropriate sometimes. When it comes to the financial side of things, if we allow them to understand, it will be a little bit better. Use real life examples. So if you go to the grocery, let them know. You see how expensive grocery is. Rice last year costed this amount of money. Now it costs this. You can't also waste the food. When they see the value tied to something in real life, sometimes when they're in this age group especially, they can now start being more responsible with what's happening in the house. And also involve the children in goal setting. You know, let them be aware that this is what we want to achieve as a family, so we won't be able to do X or to do Y. I recall maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, we were doing a major investment as a family, but we're used to going on out of vacations. We're used to going, we are going here, you're going there, you're going everywhere. So my daughter was accustomed to 2 or 3 times a particular lifestyle. We're going into taking a big investment now as a family. In her head, she's going to want to
I don't care. I don't care.
My wife and I said, no, we're going to be doing this. She was about in this age group, 5 to 8. But we had to have that discussion. Yes. We're going to be doing this. As a result, we will not be able to take on bam, bam, bam. Maybe for that year or 2,
you will be able to get this.
So no, she can
delayed gratification.
Right. She can now map that I am going to hold out now. She may understand, but at the end of this, I'm going to reap this. And that's a principle that when you teach your children from this age,
100%.
it will impact their lives so much that when I get older, I can miss out now. But there will be no fear of missing out because I'm going to get this in the end. So there are so many principles that will be translated to your children when you're honest, when you're open, when you're transparent with your children about money.
I'll share something with you. So when Izzy was going back to school, obviously, you know, you do your back to school shopping, the pens, the pencils, the this, the da-da-da-da-da-da, right? And she was with me in picking out all of these things, right? This is school starts September morning, this is July, early. Then here comes September. She wants some specific pens because something has piqued her interest on socials, and she's like, oh, these pens are apparently really cool, and I want these pens, and da-da-da-da-da. So she comes to me and she says, Mommy, can I have these pens? Because da-da-da. And I know I don't have the pens, but, and I said, no. I said, you have pens, we're not getting additional pens. Do you know what Izzy did? In a month's time, she came to me and she said, Mommy, I saved up some of my lunch money. She was like, can I buy the pens for myself? And I said, no problem.
Nice.
Yes, you can. Because I'm not buying no more pens. You have pen. But she wants a specific pen, and her motivation was, okay, I know that I can buy the pens, but I'm going to have to save up to do this because this is not in my mother's budget. Because she said no. And that was her own initiative.
Nice.
That, in those moments, you kind of go, all right, you get it.
You feel good.
You get it.
Yeah. So
those
important.
Conversations are very important.
Yeah. And it makes an impact. Yeah,
sure.
So parents, and I hope we answered the Sunrise viewers' question this morning, and I hope those who are watching online as well can learn something from it, you know, and can pass it down to their children and to be impacted, because that's what we do here on Money Masterclass. And big up Nita this morning, it's his birthday, and Nita said this morning, Carlton, you talk about money, walk with some money for my birthday. I'm like, Nita, I talk on the Money Masterclass. I give the tips and the tricks. You don't give a fisherman fish, you teach him
how to fish.
Nita, for your birthday, I'm teaching you this morning. Okay, so up yourself, Nita, happy birthday.
All right, thank you very much. That was Carlton giving us the tools to raise money smart. Picnic them from early.
And teach them how to fish.
All right. Money Masterclass is brought to you by JN Bank, and we invite you to keep sending in your money questions. All right, up next, we're going to be talking about Mother's Day meltdown that has social media divided. This one is very interesting. You don't want to miss it. It's a mic check after these.
Made for more. That's why I got a JN Bank small business loan to open my salon and build my dream with my style. Now I am my own boss, popping my own style and trending up.
Start your journey with a JN Bank small business loan. With small business loans with as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp 876-295-1298 to get started. JN Bank, we will help you find a way.
Excuse me, that looks delicious. Where did you get that pizza?
Pizza Please, best pizza in town.
Pizza Please, the widest variety of pizzas in Jamaica. Grab a slice or order a whole pie. Find us at 4 locations across Kingston and Ocho Rios and at pizzapleaseja.com. Pizza Please, Italian pizzas, Jamaican flavors.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed Family of Pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Mic check 1, 2. Welcome back to Sunrise. Well, Mother's Day might be over, but there's a heated debate happening online after a mom got upset when her son chose to spend the day with his wife instead of her. Check this one out.
Okay.
Am I wrong for feeling a new level of hate for my daughter-in-law? I'm a 60-year-old mom of 3 adult children, and for over 20 years, I've hosted a Mother's Day lunch at my house. It's a tradition. My kids bring flowers, we eat, we laugh, and I get to spend time with the people that I raised. It means everything to me. This year, my oldest son, Ben, called and said he would not be coming. He said he was spending the day with his wife, Rachel, and their kids. Apparently, she asked for a quiet day at home, breakfast in bed, no visitors, and no driving. I was stunned. I couldn't believe she convinced my son to skip the lunch entirely, not even stopping by, not even for an hour. I said, Rachel is not your mother, and this day is not about her. She gets a birthday, she gets anniversaries. Can I have my one day? I told him I felt like he was choosing her over his own mother. He said Rachel's been stressed with the kids and that this is the only thing that she wanted. I get that, but why does her day dictate what happens with me and my son? He offered to call me and maybe come by later in the week, and I told him that was not the same. So I texted his wife and said, listen, I know you lost your mom 5 years ago.
Oh,
so maybe you don't understand how much
into this.
Yeah. So maybe you don't understand how much these traditions matter, but they matter.
Well, that's a very messed up way of saying that, but okay.
Now he's
I know your mom's dead, so you probably don't get it. Well, I had a mom and I do get it, so yeah.
Yeah. Now he's not speaking to me, and I'm questioning everything. Maybe I was being a bit too old-fashioned. Maybe I'm holding on too tightly. But it really hurts me that he forgot about his own mother on Mother's Day. Am I wrong?
No. First of all, you're not being old-fashioned.
It's not old-fashioned. You're just wrong. You're
downright insensitive.
You're wrong on so many levels. I saw it and I said, no, man, we need to talk about this. I really appreciate my mother and how she is, because she's not this.
Thank God for that.
Look, people need to understand that when you have your family, you have your family.
Correct.
And guess what? You begin to make traditions for your family.
Correct.
That the Bible says you leave and you go and you cleave to your wife.
Correct.
And so that kind of a almost toxic relationship that she wants to maintain with her.
Not almost.
Yeah, that toxic relationship that she wants to maintain with her children. That was her day, and for 20 years she has gotten her way. But that is your tradition. This is a woman who has 3 children for him. And then, it's a toxic relationship between her and her children, because she felt that she was able to call the woman
out of line,
and then on top of it points out that your mother died 5 years ago.
Insensitive.
Then, and it's not like, okay, she doesn't have any children for you, so she's not a mother, so she has 3 kids. 3 kids for
Which
you.
Which means now then that she's now going to create her own traditions with her 3 children, just like you did with your 3 children. And what you need to do is respect that while your son is still your son, he's also now someone's husband. And if we're going according to the word, his priority is actually now his wife.
It is no longer
his
you.
Family. It's
no longer you. And there are so many mother-in-laws who meddle. There are so many women who meddle in their sons' lives and destroy their relationships.
Yeah, it's a problem.
The poor young man probably can't even get married in many instances because of how you overreach into his life and try to micromanage. And I say it all the time, a big problem with a lot of women, especially single women, then they with their son.
That's a big part of it. Because the issue is you're a mother. In my opinion, if there was to be any balance struck, if there was to be any balance found, what would happen would be he spends the day with his wife, the mother of his children, and celebrates Mother's Day in the way that she would like. And maybe you no longer do a brunch, which you've done for 20 years. Maybe now you do a dinner. If there is to be any balance found in how the day is celebrated. Otherwise, what you're going to do is accept that, no, he can't come any at all because he's establishing new traditions, or maybe every other year you figure it out, or I don't know, but in my opinion...
Or you go over to her house, maybe. It depends. But the other
with there being 3 children, no, that's trickier because all of them would have their own things established, right? So I can see where in her mind, she's probably saying, I'm the nucleus, and I would bring the family together.
Not
but
necessarily.
It's not an
Not
automatic
necessarily.
yes. She's so out of line.
Out of line.
Out of line and
order,
out of order.
And the thing is that it's clear that there's something that the man's wife is going through. Because I just want a quiet day. And you know, sometimes I've learned to listen over time. Sometimes you want to do something. I remember it was the first Mother's Day. And of course, Jackson born April. So Mother's Day was
on the back of it.
And I remember I wanted to do
newborn.
something exciting. I wanted to do something big. And I said, Susan, what do you want to do? And she's like, I want a quiet day, a few people over. I want to do this. And I was like, what? And it's almost like you feel some type of way. And then you know what came to me? Is it that you're doing this for her, or you're doing it for you and your ego?
Is it your ego? Correct.
And me just plan the day in terms of how she wanted it. And that was Mother's Day. And it was one of the most memorable.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great Mother's Day.
It was her first one.
Yeah.
So of course it's going to be. And she got exactly what she needed at that time. But you said something there that I think is, mothers-in-law have to be really careful, very careful, not to make their sons their life partners. And obviously we're speaking from that lens because the mic check is of a woman speaking of her son who now has a wife and children, right? And you said, Dennis, the problem is a lot of them, their son is their partner. And the truth is, that's the issue. The issue is you are looking for a husband and a life partner from your son. And your son has his own life and has his own wife and has his own partner. You can't get all up in your feelings when he's doing for her what he should be doing for her. You have to
I'm
find
glad that
yourself
he
your
chose
own
his
partner.
wife, though.
I'm happy
glad he
chose
made
his
that
wife.
choice. And now he's in a position where he does not even want to talk to his mother. And you know what she said? I have a newfound hate for my daughter-in-law.
It was actually the first thing that came out of her mouth.
Yeah.
The very first part of the statement, first sentence in the statement, newfound hate.
And which might suggest that she never liked her from the beginning.
In the first place.
You understand? Which means this power move that she makes is deliberate. Coming to like you, I mean, I show you, say, I'm me run this.
And what it does is it puts him in a predicament now where he's being have to be making a choice. Is it my mother or is it my wife? The mother of my children. My mother or my wife, the mother of my children. Why would you do that to your son?
It's horrible.
Love says you wouldn't do that to your son. You allow him to move forward and enter this new phase of his life without walking on eggshells, without the pressure of, making a choice like that. Why would you do that? It's selfish.
And you wouldn't want a man in your life when you were that age who would be so easily manipulated by his mother. Can no woman no want a man who an idiot like that.
If you wouldn't want yourself as a mother-in-law, why would you be that mother-in-law?
But guess what? So many people grow up and they become the thing that they hate.
Correct. Ironically.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Not cool. I hope she gets therapy. And I hope he continues to stand up for his wife, the mother of his children.
I hope that tradition mash up and the picnic them, do them own thing for Mother's Day, occasionally bring her over, create a new tradition.
Correct.
You have a new family, create new traditions.
And you know what new tradition could be, Dennis? Get together the Saturday before Mother's Day, and then Mother's Day the children get to spend with the mothers of their children.
Exactly.
Create new traditions.
Rethink
Come on,
them.
man. Rethink the thing. Anyhow, in other news, it's time for the morning news. So we're going to head on over to TK when we come back from these messages. Stay with us here on Sunrise.
My wife, you are the heart of our home, the one who rises before the sun and the last to rest. Between the drop-offs and pickups, the must-dos and have-tos, you carry it all. I am so grateful to walk this life with you. Happy Mother's Day, my love.
So this is our Star Savers Day at the Homewood Technical High School.
It is important that our teens are educated on the importance of money management skills.
We're also having lots of fun activities, prizes, giveaways, opening up accounts for students. And for each student that we open an account for, we will give them $1,000.
Thank you, Second Corps Bank Star
The Time by Hyundai or Hyundai 5 free payments, 3 years free insurance, or 3 years free petrol bonus is
7 o'clock.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. Jamaicans are set to receive critical financial support as the government expands its flagship social protection programs. From increased PATH payments to new one-off grants and bigger pensions, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security is promising significant relief in the months ahead, attributing the cashy announcements to the increased allocations in the latest budget. Courtney Lewis reports.
More vulnerable Jamaicans can expect greater support from the government as budgetary increases prompted upgrades to the Program of Advancement through Health and Education, better known as PATH. According to Labour and Social Security Minister Pernell Charles Jr., families whose PATH payments were disrupted will see a resumption, and even more families will see benefits by June this year.
What that means is that thousands of households that have been waiting will now be transitioned with urgency. This means that over 3,000 additional families will start receiving support in this financial year.
PATH cash grants have also increased by $474 million. The minister also estimates up to 50% increase in higher education grants.
We have increased the funding for PATH social assistance, for tertiary bursaries, post-secondary grants, and steps to work by 54.19%, Mr. Speaker. This is a significant budgetary increase from last year's $479 million to now $740 million for the financial year.
Following the announcement of an over $1 billion investment, Jamaicans not registered on PATH will also benefit from a one-off government funding initiative. The grant targets youth, the elderly, persons with disabilities, small businesses, and low-income earners.
This is the $1 billion anticipated allocation to provide a one-off $20,000 grant to 50,000 unattached and vulnerable Jamaicans who are not on PATH, not receiving NIS pension or any other established social program.
And as for pensioners under the National Insurance Scheme, or NIS, bigger payouts are slated to begin in August 2025.
And the old age widowers and invalidity grant will increase from 60 to 65,000. The special child and orphan pension will increase from 6,000 to 6,600 per week. And while the special child and orphan grant will increase from $75,000 to $80,000.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
To sports on Sunday, May 18 at the Noranda Sports Club in Discovery Bay, St. Anne, the top 4 community cricket teams representing 4 parishes will be vying for top honours to represent Jamaica at the second playing of the Caribbean Airlines T10 Regional Cricket Final set for Trinidad and Tobago next month. The games are Junction, Ballards Valley of St. Elizabeth against Lynx of St. Anne in the first semi-final, and Manchester's Fairfield against White House of Westmoreland in semi-final 2. The winners advance to the final, where the champion will earn the right to represent Jamaica at the regional tournament. Speaking on CVM's Fan Central on Tuesday, Jamaica Cricket Association's Operations and Development Manager, Anil Kirkshank, revealed the details of the regional competition.
The winner will then go to Trinidad on the 8th of June to vie for a $29,000 US first prize, which is about at 4.7 million Jamaican dollars.
Wow.
So, and I can tell you, on a call recently with all the teams, they're ready.
Yeah.
You know, they're ready for this weekend, which is this Sunday, as I said. Caribbean Airlines is the one, it's their tournament, right? And the JCA, they have asked the JCA to partner with them to have this in Jamaica. While we play on Sunday, there will be a corresponding tournament in Antigua. So they have already done one in Guyana, and Barbados and Trinidad will form the other teams that will turn up on June 8th to participate in the tournament. As I said, everything so far is in place for this weekend game. Right. The representatives from Caribbean Airlines will be coming down, so they'll be here too. And as I said, we expect that we're just gonna have as good or better a tournament than we had last.
And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. There's more sunrise for you after this.
Purchasing a vehicle is a lot more attainable with a Sagicor Bank Auto Loan. You'll be able to have your loan processed fast and hassle-free. We make it affordable with low interest rates. Your payments are manageable with up to 10 years to repay. Owning a new vehicle is comfortable with up to 100% financing. With a Sagicor Bank Auto Loan, your next ride is ownable and insurable. With discounts on auto insurance, with a Sagicor Bank Auto Loan, you'll be able to own the car of your dreams.
Power in great moments. If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think alone, think Chris and Charles.
My wife, you are the heart of our home, the one who rises before the sun and the last to rest. Between the drop-offs and pickups, the must-dos and have-tos, you carry it all. I am so grateful to walk this life with you. Happy Mother's Day, my love.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sunrise. Now, if you grew up turning the radio dial to hear the latest song, you'll probably enjoy this one. Dancehall's digital era is celebrating 40 years, and music executive Maxine Stowe is leading the charge to preserving the legacy, celebrating the future. And she joins us this morning to share more on how she's doing that. Maxine,
Good
welcome.
morning.
Greetings. How you doing?
With you?
You know, we've evolved. Dancehall music has evolved. And dancehall music was born in many ways out of evolution of technology. You know, with the drum machines and the various music machines that could start doing new things, and which took us out of the strict reggae era going in. But tell us about this digital era and what has made it so special over these 40 years.
Well, to contextualize it, dancehall arises out of the sound system. So our technological era actually starts at the birth of the Jamaican music industry, which was driven by the sound systems. The development of the sound systems is an innovation unique to Jamaica. And out of that came the clashes of the sound operators. My uncle, the late Clement Sir Coxon Dodd, is known as one of the pioneers along with Duke, the Trojan Reed. And so it's their clashes actually that sparked the development of the local recording industry. So you'd have to say the development of dancehall has been there as the engine and continues to be the engine until the mid-70s when it developed its own genre. So you hear people speak about dancehall in a larger sense as the birth of Jamaican music, and then dancehall as a genre that began in the mid-70s. It's actually got spotlighted with Hip Hop 50, where hip hop identified Cool Herc, and the bringing of the sound system into America that sparked the hip hop genre. Well, similarly, it sparked at the same time the dancehall genre through the work of my late husband, Sugar Minot. He was the first artist at Studio One, or through Studio One, to record directly on the rhythms. Up until that time, it was all being done on musicians building rhythms and artists writing and so forth. So Sugar, being a child of the sound system, he was a selector, and he sang, songs and developed music there. Again, the technology changed and created what we call versions. You hear about King Tubby. And so versions created a new audition method for the development of artists. So it is that is the birth of dancehall.
This station rules the nation
with version.
Exactly.
It's amazing, Maxine, because when you travel, a big part of traveling is walking into spaces that tell a story. And tell you the story of a unique cultural experience and a unique history specific to that culture and those people. And museums are actually one of my favorite things to frequent when travel. And here it is now that there's a creation of this space. A dancehall music museum that people are now going to be able to walk into and experience and learn what it is that is our culture and our history. Walk me through why the Dancehall Music Museum was such a critically important thing to do.
It was important because even in this instance, it is not just the space that will be literally the portal. It's the whole community. So we're actually establishing a dancehall corridor from Halfway Tree Road down Beechwood Avenue, which is we're at the corner of Beechwood and Robert Crescent, straight into Jungle through Bogle and Willie Haggard, that Black Roses, so the whole dance thing. And then you go right into Jungle itself, which is Upper Trenchtown, where you have dancehall producer George Pang, with his Powerhouse label and Big Link Studios. And that is, as you know, on top of what the Whalers have done from Spanish Town Road coming up Collie Smith Drive. So the whole concept of the museum is that it is a whole area, and it will be the portal to other significant producers and sites. Like I just met with, and who was part of the development, is King Jammies. You know, he created the first known digital song, Slang Tang Rhythm. He's developing his studio. Bunny Lee just also developed his studio in, I think it's Duhaney Park, you know, authenticating his history. So what is really necessary now is a portal that speaks to the communities, because if you notice, all these communities are inner city communities who have not necessarily benefited from the global influence of the music. And so it is important to develop this, especially now, for me, critical, because we now have African dancehall that has now been established by the global music entities. And it's interesting to me that we have influenced so many world cultures and genres that in essence, as we influence them, they displace us. You understand? And so African dancehall is very important that we're doing this at this time, because they actually, because of our culture and our influence, and as African descendants, you find that they will come in to Jamaica, not just internationally, and dominate. It was interesting to me that the top of the Jamaican charts is Molly, doing a remix, who is a Ghanaian artist. And, you know, and I'm looking at it and I said, no, we have to get our story together and put it together.
She's featuring Jamaican artists, you know, but she's Ghanaian.
She's Ghanaian.
Yeah, right.
And the African dancehall pushed through, I think it's Apple Music.
They have now their own genre.
Their own genre, but they're calling it dancehall. And we are African people, and we're doing dancehall. So we have to get this thing together.
We do.
And so we can't depend on, we have to define ourselves and define our value and create institutions that, which is what the museum is important as an institution to educate both ourselves and our who we are influencing.
So let's talk about the events. 40th anniversary, 40 years. How are we going to celebrate it? How are we going to mark it? Where do we start?
Well, we start with Sugar's birthday and the advocacy that not just the museum, but the month of May should be dedicated as Dancehall Month, because we have a lot of pioneers that were born in this month. Sly Dunbar, Winston Riley, Danny Dredd, which is the top selector coming from the 70s and still current now. Lady G, Spragga Benz, Prince Buster, very uniquely, you know, because he's the mentor of all of this, you know, as a sound system and as a dance, you know, practitioner. So we start with the birthday, which being, you know, Sugar Minot's birthday, just like how Bob's birthday defines Reggae Month, right? And then, you know, all of the dances, Uptown Mondays, Bossy Tuesdays, you know, all of what has developed, we'll all be celebrating Sugar for that week, the 24th through the 31st. We intended to have a song clash. It's been promoted for the 31st. However, we moved it to August 30th because it's so huge and we have to have the proper tie-ins from the community. It's important. We are in Trenchtown and at the Arnett Guard Stadium because we want to link Sugars and dancehall development to a community of worth. We don't want to go to North Coast with it. We want to, you know, entrench it, ground it properly. Yes. And I'm also a ganja advocate, so I want to make sure the ganja industry, you know, and Sugar's biggest songs were like "Oh Mr. DC," "Herbman Hustling," and all of that. So we're working with the Ganja Producers Association to make sure, you know, that we exercise our economic
It sounds like an excellent initiative,
Yes.
and I wish it all the great
Right.
success.
So we're just looking for everyone to come out on the 24th.
Where can people find more information?
Where can we get more information?
Where we have our Instagram page, Dancehall Museum on Instagram, and Sugar Minot Original, and of course Maxine's too, on Instagram. That's the place.
So they can get information for the details for the 24th.
For the
and
24th.
The details for August 30th.
For August 30th for
All
the
right.
4th Sound Clash.
Thank you very much. Our guest has been Maxine Stowe, the music executive and advocate for preserving dance hall's legacy. I'm just getting an item. I'm just getting an item of breaking news. I gather that today is Andre Nita's birthday. Happy birthday, Andre Nita. Sunrise Kids Unfiltered with the Olive Bright Minds Academy is up next. Stay with us.
Every day, in every wish she makes, my mother hurts. And I reciprocate my love.
The doctors and nurses here at Bustamante Hospital took care of me.
At Noel Holmes Hospital, we see hope every day.
And the work of STAR is about collaborating at the community level to bring about social and economic transformation.
Together, we can invest in safer and more empowered spaces for every Jamaican to thrive. Join us.
What can 16 extra grams of protein do for you? True Shape Protein Plus with 16 extra grams of protein. Fuel the hustle.
Dear my love, wife and mother, you are the heart of our home, the one who rises before the sun, making sure everyone else is ready to shine, yet the last to rest. Between the drop-offs, pickups, fuss, lessons and hugs, you somehow carry it all. And still, you smile. You teach with patience, you love with purpose, you act with strength. For our children, you are the world, but you're my everything. The reason we're grounded, the reason we are whole. This Mother's Day, I just want to say thank you for being the quiet strength behind every moment, even when your own heart is tired. We see you, we love you, and we're so deeply grateful to walk this life with you. This is motherhood.
Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
Easter vibes may be fading, but let's take a colorful look back at the paint and play fun.
Today is beautiful. I actually wanted her to do something Easter, so I'm glad she was able to get out and do this. She loves painting, so she loves the whole entire event.
our third staging, and as I said, this is the first time we're doing an outside event, and thanks to the aesthetics of the artisan village, everything looks so nice and wonderful, and we're just happy that the parents and the children loved it.
Bones, painting, and an Easter egg hunt. It's a lot of fun.
I like it because it's what I like to do. I love to draw and stuff like that, so it's fun, and I love kids also, so it's all come together and I really enjoy it. As you can see, the support was great. The parents and children loved it, and I expected nothing less because, of course, it's a family bonding event, and I'm sure every parent and every family endorses what Play It and Play is about, and it's about building family bonds. It's about everybody just coming and having a bonding experience.
was a great break. That was a great break.
So Sunrisers, this is Kids Unfiltered, and this is actually Dennis's favorite segment. We had to compose him and gather him from the children just now, because we have the bright students of Olive Bright Minds Academy here with their principal, Fiona Allen Robinson. And now this is from daycare beginnings in 1990 to bronze and gold medals at JCDC in 2024 and 2025. They've come a really long way. Indeed. And this morning, what are they going to be doing?
They're going to be sharing their award-winning poem, Jamaica, Jamaica, Sweet, Sweet Jamaica, right here on Sunrise. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you.
Yes, he said Auntie Fiona is on the TV. Yeah. Well, let me ask you, Auntie Fiona. Let's talk a little bit about the school. Tell us, for those of us who don't know, tell us about Olive Bright Minds Academy.
Olive Bright Minds Academy is located in Stony Hill, right behind the market. It is an institution where we foster, we care, we mold, we shape students for our future. We started out with 7 students in 2020. At this blessed moment, we have 65 students enrolled. And it's because of the growth and what we are giving to our parents. They are comfortable. It's a home away from home. And our aim is to continue to foster, nurture our students for the near future.
You know, when you're taking your child to that first experience of school, there's so much anxiety, nervousness. Have I chosen the right school? You know, that foundation, early childhood education is so critical to everything else. What makes you so special? I was interacting with the kids and they're just so alive and really bright minds, and they feel like they're grounded in something special.
Yes, what we do, we assure the parents, the students will be comfortable, because we ensure once they are there, we show them love. Students comes in and they're crying, we hug them. Okay, mommy will be here, daddy will be here, you'll be fine. We pat them on the shoulder. There are some students, they love comfort. So what we do, we ensure that we embrace them so that they are comfortable.
And you take them as early as how?
2 years old.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, I'm looking forward. We heard them rehearsing before. They sound absolutely fantastic. We're going to hand over to our little performers who are warmed up and ready to go. Everybody in position, in position. Auntie Fiona, over to you.
Thank you.
Jamaica, Jamaica, sweet, sweet Jamaica, by Fiona Robinson. Jamaica, Jamaica, sweet, sweet Jamaica, Mubanya, the land of food and water. Your family, I wonder, they know how you come here. We travel by water, we come by boat. We never come by choice, we never come by vote. But I know I will well proud. We fight for freedom, we fight for rights. And that's why when we say every little thing is going to be alright. Me love food culture, ackee and saltfish. Pluma o alignum vitae, black, green and gold. We story never get boring, we story never get old. But Jamaica, Jamaica, sweet, sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, sweet, sweet Jamaica. Mubanya, the land of food and water, the land of simmer and sprinkler. Both Eccles and Fraser, we can hear one more later. But Jamaica, Jamaica, sweet, sweet Jamaica. Our anthem and prayer, that's why we always a prosper. We little but we talawa. Times near hard, but no one a better than yard. But Jamaica, Jamaica, sweet, sweet Jamaica.
From me yai there me knee, Mummy used to always remind me of those good old Jamaican proverbs to keep me wise. Proverbs like, what goat do, kid follow. Good friend, better than pocket money. And if you can't catch Quaco, you catch him short. Just like the proverb, Bosco Oats is ingrained in Jamaica. Hey, yo. And everybody let me hear ya. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Hear me have to ask, why eat other snacks when sunshine has the best for you? Nature's best buns so crunchy. The flavor that sings to you. Salted banana and plantain. Taste the freshness, natural. It's sweet. The flavor that sings to you.
Ayo, nature's best bunch.
From me yai there me knee, Mummy used to always remind me of those good old Jamaican proverbs to keep me wise. Proverbs like, what goat do, kid follow. Good friend, better than pocket money. And if you can't catch Quaco, you catch him short. Just like the proverb, Bosco Oats is ingrained in Jamaica.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
All right, attention sunrisers. We have an officer on the catwalk, but no, for real though. I mean, Dennis ditched me, but we have a new sheriff in town. So Jamaica is actually making its return to the Manhunt International competition after 21 years. And our representative is none other than Correctional Officer Raheem Wright, and he joins us this morning along with Manhunt Jamaica franchise holder Stephen Richards to talk casting, confidence, and of course carrying the flag all the way to Thailand. Welcome. Good morning, Raheem.
Good morning.
Hi, Stephen. Good morning.
Good morning, Andy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to come to you shortly, but I have to jump straight to Raheem. You are reigning. Talk to us about why you even decided to do Manhunt International.
Okay, so firstly, I must say thanks for having me today. So the whole modeling competition thing comes from back in high school. I was in sixth form at the time, and students and teachers were saying, you know, you could be a model. And I did some introspection, and I realized that I could be a model for true.
Yeah.
So I reached out to a few agencies, and that sparks the interest of me being here now.
Let's talk a little bit about your life outside of this, though, because it's a completely different world. Your professional world is very different from this. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so I'm a correctional officer for just over an year. It's a challenging job nonetheless, but the training that we had prepared us for the daily activities during our work. So in most cases, it's loud and noisy compared to being a model on a runway. You know, it's more calm and elegant. Yeah, but in order to balance between both, I have to manage my time well, and I'm getting help from Stefan, my director. Yeah, so I'm just following his lead because he is a professional.
Well, let me bring him in here. Stefan, let's talk about this because it's been 21 years since Jamaica has had a representative in the competition. Why did you decide that now was the time for us to reintegrate in being a part of this?
Okay, so it all started back, a couple of years ago when I entered Manhunt. So I always had this passion that I wanted to do something for my country at some point in time, and I don't know how I was going to do it. On the eve of my Manhunt finals, I had this dream that one day I'll be the franchise holder and director for Manhunt Jamaica. Didn't know how I was going to do it, didn't know anything that's going to happen. And then when I migrated to Canada a couple of years ago, the opportunities came, from working from different fashion brands, working different models in different various activities as such. And then last year, the organization of Manhunt reached out to me and said, why don't you consider being the franchise holder for Jamaica? And I'm like, no, I'm not sure if I want to do that.
Yeah.
They reached out again to me this year and I said, okay, why not jump on the opportunity? Because it's been such a long time that Jamaica has not been in this industry. And I am one for a challenge. So I like the challenge. And this was a way for me to give something back to my country. And that's why I decided to take on the opportunity.
Yeah. Raheem mentioned just now about, the preparation that it requires and that he's taking all the guidance he can get from you. For those who may not have a clue, what are some of the things that he needs to do to prepare for a competition like this?
Okay, so the first thing that he needs to do to prepare for a competition like this is to be mentally focused. Yandy, as you know, because you have competed in many pageants before, that your mental state has to be there. In addition to the mental state, you have to have the physique. So the gym is important. It's twice a day sometimes, or sometimes even 3 times a day when it gets closer to the competition. The attitude has to be right. The behavior has to be right. The skin tone, You have to train how to walk, the catwalk. You have to learn about the different fashion brands, the formal walk, the swimsuit walk, all of those things you have to learn about.
Yeah. And then doing a competition like this can really change Raheem's life if we're being very honest. Let's talk about what he stands to actually gain from the experience.
Apart from just international exposure, when he goes to the Manhunt World Finals, he'll get a chance to compete against 40 other countries from around the world. If he places in the top 5, he gets a guaranteed modeling contract with Manhunt International for 1 year, which will take him to different fashion markets around the world, Milan, New York, and also the emerging market now for a lot of models is in Asia. So he gets a chance to model in all those regions once he gets to the top 5. However, if he doesn't get to the top 5 at the World Final, there are so many different scouts from around the world who are looking for new faces for their campaigns, who are looking for new faces for their agencies. So he gets a lot of international exposure and a chance to become a bigger model and a bigger success than what he actually is right now.
Yeah. Raheem, let's talk a little bit about that graphic that we just saw on screen, because I noticed there, so typically for those who don't know, leading up to competitions, there is a bit of talk in the digital space who people think front runners are and so on. And I see that you're ranking up there in the top 10 already.
Yes.
How exciting is that when you're seeing that before you even head off to Thailand?
So this definitely gives me a boost of confidence, yes. But I don't want to take it as something that, how would I say this? So I don't want to look at it like I am already winning.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the best out of it at this moment. So the voting is on now. So all the voting is done.
Yes.
You can go to the Manhunt International page and look for my photo, like, share, and leave a comment. And also on YouTube, we have a casting challenge and a swimwear challenge. So it's the same. You go on the Manhunt International YouTube page and you like the videos, leave a comment as well.
That's definitely one way that we can support him during the competition. So before he goes off, we need to be supporting him and getting him the likes and the shares and all of that. Another way we can obviously support you is to tune in. Tell me about the competition itself. When is the competition?
Okay, so the competition begins on the 2nd of June through to the 10th of June. So the 10th is the final.
Okay.
The final will be on the Manhunt YouTube channel.
Okay.
So yeah, we can definitely watch through that and support me through the Instagram page as well. That is Manhunt International Jamaica.
Okay.
Yes, so as it relates to preparations, we are about 90% there. Yes, but we're trying to just fine-tune the areas where we see weakness and capitalizing on strengths as well.
Brilliant.
So I must give shout outs to our sponsors. That is, one of them is Enigma Elite, to find suit here.
Nice, nice.
Also Men's Grooming Lounge, which I get pedicure and manicure done, and Classic Cuts, where I get my hair cut. So we have a few sponsors on board, but we would appreciate if we could get more sponsors to actually get us to the 100% that we are looking for.
Tell me a true story now. Almost like nobody not even listening and paying attention, right?
Yes.
You said the first time them said pause, you did feel awkward?
Of course, because it wasn't something that I was comfortable doing. I was like, pause? What am I supposed to do? But during training, over time, you will get used to it. And walking in Speedos was a challenge.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you know, us Jamaicans, we kind of look at that away. But I got comfortable with it, knowing that it's a part of the job. And it's just natural now. Yes, nice. I can just do a shoot right now if you're ready.
Well, I mean, Raheem, don't challenge me to a shoot, you know, because I'm telling you something right now.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna beat me, Raheem. It's gonna be a shoot-off and you ain't gonna win.
Well, I can try.
We're gonna do it in the commercial break, but we are wishing you all the best of success. I think you're ready. I actually think your photos are stunning. I think you've learned your angles.
Yes.
I think you're ready, and I think you're going to go over there and do a very good job.
Thank you.
Looking forward to it. We have you back.
Yes.
All right. That was Raheem Wright and Stefan Richards representing for Manhunt International. Again, Go over there, go do what you do best, right? All the
Yes,
best in the
ma'am.
competition. Next up, we have the free zone. You sure you want to pose off with me, Raheem? 'Cause I'm telling you, you can't win.
Well, let's try it. Let's try it.
Mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7:45.
Miss your share from the NWC's bucket full of goodies? Don't worry. The debt amnesty package has been extended for another 2 months. From now until May 31, you could benefit from debt write-offs. To find out if you qualify for benefits under the amnesty package, don't delay. Let's hear from you today. Dial 888-225-5692 or 888 call NWC. The NWC Debt Amnesty, a part of our bucket full of goodies.
When opportunity comes knocking, grab it. When I got my piece of land, I saw more than just soil. I saw a future. With a JN Bank small business loan, I grew that dream and built a better life for my family.
Start your journey with a JN Small Business Loan with small business loans as little as $10,000 and up to $4 million. Visit jnbank.com or contact us on WhatsApp at 876-295-1298 to get started.
Millions of people are attacked by harmful mouth bacteria. The root cause of bad breath, gum problems, cavities, plaque, and tartar. That's why Colgate combined the best science and technology in Colgate Total. Unlike others, its superior formula fights bacteria and creates a powerful protective barrier for up to 24 hours to prevent them from coming back. Take control of your oral health with Colgate Total.
Welcome back to another Free Zone. Now, I'm your game master Paul, and guess what? The third time's a charm, yeah? Now we're back with the game Lyrically Correct, where we see who's really listening to the lyrics. Again, we throw out questions.
It's not gonna be.
You're always a sing though.
It's gonna be a mess.
So we're gonna throw out questions based on popular songs. All Andy and Dennis has to do, guys, is recall the specific detail from the song. Simple game.
This is gonna be horrible. It's gonna be really bad.
So of course the first person to press the buzzer and give the correct answer, yeah? So you gotta wait till I identify.
Oh, this is our song?
Yeah. Question number 1.
Bad man, chill out. Bad man, I don't know. Go on. Dennis.
What does Buju Banton say you must do? You must not do in Driver. Dennis first.
That's the music distracting me. Whoa. Yes.
So you don't want the
Dennis
background music?
Correct. He's correct.
Dennis, at 1 point, Dennis. Question number 2. According to Barry's Hammond, when is he most tempted to touch? That was the ND. Yeah, lean back and look for the paper.
When is he most tempted to touch?
Hey.
When is he most tempted? I'm thinking of a completely wrong song.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm thinking of Kevin Little. No, that's not Ross Rupee. Just kidding.
Dennis.
When is he tempted to touch Dennis?
Which song was it? I hope you never get tired. Each time.
Oh, each time.
Each time she passes my way.
That's not the melody. That's not the melody.
Each time she passes my way. I
Each
said
time
it
she.
already. You didn't get it wrong the first
Yeah,
time.
next question. Nobody got it.
I didn't say anything.
Nobody got it. Next.
No, that is answer right.
I never
said anything. I gotta give him the part. Question number 3. Name 4 locations. Did we not see Shaggy in It Wasn't Me?
What?
Saw me banging on the counter, the sofa. Going good. I don't listen to this kind of music. Take it in some hints. In the shower. All right, one more. She caught me on camera. Is that a place? Does that count?
No, it's not a place.
You want to help him out? Get half a point?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
I'm sorry. That's all I got.
So far.
I said that already.
Just kidding.
I said that already.
All right, we're going to give you the point. That was good enough. We're going to give you the point.
Yeah.
Question number 4. What does Vybz Kartel want his girl to wear in feeder?
Why, baby, everything creates my
Shots me loving anyway.
That's what he says?
Yes, he did say that in the song.
Next.
Question number 5. In Romy, Beenie Man says you can't talk to his girl unless what? Time is up unless you have a permit.
All right, great. Next.
You guys are the worst. All right, you must get this. What's the one thing Chronic says he'll never do in Here Comes Trouble? Everybody in the crowd, no one.
What is the one he says he's never do?
Yes, one thing he says he'll never do.
Both for vanity, I don't know.
Fight a war with no spear nor no dagger.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh,
That's so
guys.
deeply philosophical.
All right, question number 7. What time was Usher cruising down this? Okay, go
7
ahead.
o'clock.
That is
On the
correct.
dot. In my drop top.
On the dot, I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Question number 8. Where was Morgan Heritage singing Songs of Joy on that lovely day? No, guys.
Down by the river.
Yes, no.
Down by the river. I'll be down by the river, waiting for the good Lord to pass my
They say singing songs of joy, and what's what they say?
Yeah. Yes. I'll be down by
I
the
only know
river.
that next line. Waiting for the good Lord to pass my way. Whoops. Next.
The river was the context of all the other lyrics.
And you must get this. According to Beyonce, how quickly can she have another you?
In a minute.
There we go. That's correct.
Thanks.
Question number 10. What did Mary J. Blige not want in her dancery? Go ahead.
Hateration, holleration.
Exactly.
That is correct. All right, so that's 4 for Dennis, 1 for Yendi.
Only 4?
Good, only 4. Yeah, you guys missed like 5.
Okay.
All right, question number 11. When is Jimmy Cliff likely to be jamming till the morning light? Guys, this is actually so easy. Yes. When is Jimmy Cliff likely to be jamming till the morning light?
Reggae night.
On a reggae night. You guys don't?
Yeah, I just said reggae night.
Thank you, producer.
Reggae night. We'll be jamming in the morning.
There we go. You guys are so bad at this. All right, question number 13 then. According to Yellow Man in Zungu Zeng, what should you do if you have a goat?
You must have a pen.
All right, there we go. You put them in a pen. Oh my God. All right, where was Marvia Providence when she cried on today? You don't know this?
I don't
Hear my cry, oh Lord, attend unto my prayer.
You're too bad, man. You're too bad, man. Too bad,
From
man.
the ends of the earth will I cry out to thee.
Whoa.
Kiss the cross and touch the sky. Our bad mind.
All right, oh my God.
Stop.
We are born out bad mind.
All right, question number 15. Why doesn't Barrington leave his woman want him around?
What?
You don't, how do you not know these?
She doesn't want me around.
She's got
something to hide.
There we Yes,
I'm too experienced to be taken for.
You know, IT actually did so good at this game.
I'm so happy for IT.
I'm so happy.
I'm bad at lyrics, so you must know.
All right. In Vybz Kartel, money we are look away there.
Money we are.
Where are the
money?
What are the food items you know about? What are the items?
Sardine, yeah. Mackerel, yeah. Something.
Bully chicken foot, chicken.
I'm not. Lyrics are not my thing.
That is correct. That is 100 for Yendi's one. We have 2 more to go. According to Grace Thrillers, you must get this.
Yes, all right.
What can't they do without God holding?
Can't even walk.
There we go.
I thought number one would surely be me.
All right, this is the last one. The producer's gonna help you, so listen up. According to
Just
Sean
for that,
Paul,
not sure. Just for that.
Out of order.
according to Sean Paul, how many naughty shorties can he keep warm?
40.
5,040.
No, it's
That is incorrect.
What?
40.
That is incorrect. Go again.
5,040,000.
There we
5
go.
million
That
and
is
40
correct.
naughty shorty. Oops.
Oh, guys.
Somebody give it there. Somebody give it there.
5 million and 40 naughty shorty. So because of then.
It's Sean Paul, so you have to. What a man can win it, boss.
So, guys, we have a clear winner. Give it up for Dennis Brooks. All right, Indy, you have some work to do.
No, I'm really okay, thanks. I'm good.
Guys, that's all the time we have in Free Zone today. We wrap things up right.
Actually, let's just wrap the show. Bye. Not this. Never come here for this.
Hey you know all the people in your business? You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
Where's the energy? You seem a little bit.
After a beating like that, I'm taking off our silence. I've nothing to say. No, starting now.
Come on. And they say I'm the competitive one. Anyway, that's all the time we have for the show for today. It's been a great show, up to maybe this segment previously. Lots of great conversations. What did you like most? I love the kids. The kids were great. Oh, we're going to do miming? Is that what we're doing? Well, guess what? If you just want to rewatch your favorite segments, we've got you covered over there on our YouTube channel at CVM TV and on our Instagram at _CVM. CVM_television.
I couldn't know that one. I actually couldn't.
To all our football fans, remember the CASAFA finals are this Saturday. JDF takes on Augustown for the title, and it all goes down at 8:30 p.m. You can watch it live right here on CVM TV, and we'll also be streaming on Facebook and YouTube. Remember, there's a big outside broadcast this evening at 8 o'clock. Going to be aired live here. It's coming to you live from Andre Nita's birthday. I'm joking.
No, he's not joking. He's not.
But Andre, bless up the Earth Strong for the rest of the day. Enjoy it thoroughly. Real youth, good youth, of course.
I just want to say, boys and girls, don't be a sore loser. But I also want to say, boys and girls,
yes.
Hard to get them type of beating them on TV, you know. Hey, me get out. You mollywopped me.
Today was my lucky day. Because honestly, I'm not good at that.
Speaking of Molly. Anyhow, we hope you enjoy the rest of your days, guys. I'm not. I'm actually, my day's ruined. But, you know, it's okay. Just remember that, you know, be good and be on purpose, whether your day is ruined or not, after losing a game terribly. Wow. At least we get one.